There are a lot of skins in Valorant, and a lot of sheriffs, 38 to be exact. Maybe not as much as a knife or a phantom, but it's still a healthy amount. And which are the best? Well, I have a Discord server with 75,000 members, so I set up a poll, and these are the top results. Starting at the bottom, we have the Convex, and I'm going to show you something embarrassing. I own it. After that comes the Varnish. I think this one's, I don't know, I like the Convex more, but hey, yo, I can't say much. The thing about sheriffs is there's a lot of agent skins, and the bottom of those agent skins are the one for Sova. I actually don't think it looks that bad. It's in the name. It's a monstrosity. It's okay. That was cheesy, but no, it's for real. I find the sheriff pretty ugly. After that, we have the Surge Sheriff, also pretty ugly. I mean, I'm going to rush through these bottom ones. Man, even though it's in the newest Battle Pass, it's all the way at the bottom, and rightfully so. It's just, yo, such a mid Battle Pass, man, this season. While it does have multiple colors, like a few of the other Sheriffs, I actually feel like this Sheriff didn't age that well. I feel it's not the worst Battle Pass. At least it's got some animations. You know what? At least for a Battle Pass, it's got some animations. But even then, Sky Sheriff takes over the other one, and I can kind of see why. It's a pretty clean design, and it's free. Right, you can get it for free, so you know, I don't blame the voters. Then we got Signature. I actually think this skin is horrendous. I'm not gonna lie. I just but maybe I guess if you like graffiti and neon, then okay, I can see it. Then we got the Schema Sheriff. Honestly, the red look with like the carbon fiber handle, I can't complain because it's a battle pass, and hey, when you move it, at least it kind of has an effect. I don't know how this thing keeps ranking up. Probably one of the worst looking green screen skins, bro. I've said it more than once, not to repeat a joke, but it literally looks like Shrek's house, and I will never get over that. We got, you know, Elder Flame from Wish.com. Then we got Abyssal, man. I feel like they thought they were making a banger, and then we get... This thing looks... Bro, I was going to make an inappropriate joke, but if you get it, you get it just by looking at this. Then we got Peacekeeper. Pretty funny that like an agent contract skin is ranking so high. There's just not that many good sheriffs. You're probably noticing this by now. Then we got Immortalized. Honestly, this one's a solid sheriff skin. Like, it is very pretty. I don't see it enough, but it's actually a gorgeous, clean skin. I'm gonna give this one a good spot. I think it deserves its spot on the list. It does get beaten out by Poly, the Poly skin, but I don't think Poly Fox looks better, but it's also a clean skin. I think it's interesting that there is a need and want from the players for clean skins, but Valorant tends to not exactly nail it when it comes to clean aesthetics. I clearly spoke too soon because you guys voted for this above the others. Bro. Yeah, I mean, this ain't it, in my opinion. The fact the Prism 2 skin ranks this high, even though it's literally just a shiny paint on one part of the sheriff, is impressive to me. I feel like it's people who bought it before they put Prism in the battle pass and then have such buyer's remorse that they still vote for it till today. You know what? I'm kind of proud that the Aristocrat made it this far or this high on the list, because I think this is one of the few examples where a clean skin hits hard. They added like a small sound effect. Mwah! It would have been a banger. From dripped out bling and a repurposed sheriff and design to Polyfrog. Y'all got your votes way out of whack. As a Yoru main, I actually don't like this skin. It's better than others though, but just kind of, I even like purple. I don't know why I don't like the skin. Something about it, man. Bro, the Toy Story sheriff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't like this skin, man. You know it's bad when more people voted for this than a premium skin. Then we got Nebula, pretty low on the list. And you want to see something else embarrassing, similar to the Convex? I also own the Nebula. Man, people are going to unsubscribe. Jet Sheriff makes it quite high on the list, but still not too many votes to its name. It is a clean sheriff. I like it. Can't complain. K-Tac comes through in a strong positioning, and I think it deserves it. It's definitely one of the best Battle Pass clean looking skins. It looks good. It looks good. Bro, this is the skin Rust players buy when they move to Valorant. That's the nicest way. Or Borderline players. The Sakura Sheriff comes in next. I think it also still looks clean. I think it's an aesthetic, and I understand why people like it. It's not my thing, but the white sheriff does look clean. I honestly think this should be at the bottom of the list. I think y'all on crack for voting for it. I mean, it's literally untextured, but hey, you know what? You do you. Now it's time to be real with you guys. All the skins up until that point still only represented 1.5% of the votes. That's how bad the sheriffs in this game are. This is the first skin that alone takes 6% of the votes, meaning more people voted for this next skin, the Mage Punk Sheriff, than they voted for all the other sheriffs below combined times 6, which is insane. There are not that many good sheriffs, and this is where the list starts to heat up. While I obviously really like Mage Punk, the Chronovoid actually ended up beating it, and I can see why. I think this is actually quite a goated skin, and at the time I never bought the entire bundle, and I kind of regret it. I think it's one of the better bundles in the game, or at the very least I kind of wish I bought the Sheriff. I like the Sheriff. The Sheriff looks clean. I know I'm going to get a lot of people mad. I actually think this is the worst Sheriff out of the premium bunch. I think Mage Punk and Chronovoid look better. But it is a unique aesthetic. If you like the Transformer vibe, if you know, it hits a certain niche, and I think that niche is strong for some people. But to me, something about it just looks so cheesy, toyish. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Another great goated skin. I mean, it's hard to complain much about this skin because it's so pretty. It's very unique. I don't think we're gonna get something like it again. Like this front end is just so good, you know. It's a little bit boring, like from here, but it's so strong at the front end, and the animations are so good that it's hard to complain. Look at those animations, man. Beautiful. Man, Reaver always makes it so high on the list. I understand it's kind of goated, and there's a certain aesthetic to it that's traditional, right? I think that's even what the designers call it. They call it traditional. I think though, without the reload animation, which is very, very pretty, I think overall it's kind of, I can't say mid, I would call it a little overrated, but it didn't take #1 spot like the Phantom and Vandal where they dominate a little higher. I think Chronovoid and the other skins are a little bit better, but I think this has such a traditional look to it. Like, you know, it's like a mix of clean but still premium, so I can understand it for sure. I wouldn't call it completely overrated. It's not the best. It's probably really well positioned on the list, to be honest. Then we got the Ion. Even though Ion is not my type of bundle, like I didn't buy any of the Ions, I get it. I get it. Same idea. Similar to similar to the Reaver, I think it just hits a certain aesthetic, and it is on the cleaner side, but still a premium skin. So you know what? I give it to you. I think it's in a good spot. As you can see, I own it, and I own a couple of the colors because I do actually enjoy it. I think this is the best Singularity skin. It's definitely the Sheriff. I bought the bundle. I thought, you know, the knife didn't age very well. The Phantom's kind of a whiff machine, but the Sheriff still hits hard, and it's evident that people agree because it is #3 on the list. It is the top 3. And you guys are probably now getting what the top 2 are. I don't know if I fully agree, but it's a clean, same idea. You know what? That's the one thing Riot does well with Sheriffs. They have a nice mixture of clean, which no one would really call this clean, but I still think it looks kind of clean, but still has a lot of effects. It's very premium, and in my opinion, the best sound. #2 spot is Arcane. As you can tell, I also own Arcane. I love Arcane. I think, in my opinion, this is #1. It did clearly get beat out by a little bit by another skin that's in the shop right now. But talking a little bit about Arcane, its specialty does come from the fact it's exclusive. However, its inspect was a letdown relative to the newest Sheriff, which I think is what's holding it back. However, I think the aesthetic is the most unique, making it my favorite. I like the long barrel. I like the crystal at the front. I mean, in my opinion, this is the #1 Sheriff, but that's just, again, my opinion. And it's a hard debate with the newest Sheriff being Neo Frontier. Now, I think the biggest reason that Neo Frontier is better than Arcane is just because of the multiple variants and the inspect. That's the main thing that puts it ahead by quite a little bit. For example, in its normal form right here, the classic cowboy, you got a whole other Sheriff to hold in, right? You got a beautiful little spin, you got a nice little inspect, they still give you the sound effects, and you gotta be rocking like a cowboy. And that's a nice aesthetic. It is a nice aesthetic. It's very fitting to Valorant, and this is the pinnacle, I think, when people say we want clean skins with a little bit more flair. This is a clean skin. It's just a gun, but you add the effects, you add the spin, and people love it. And I would love to see the lower end skins be upgraded with something like this. Imagine a battle pass line without all the other things that just looked like this. Bam, sold like hotcakes. I would love to see Riot up the ante. Now, of course, when you bring it to its top end, you get a ton of variants, you get quite a clean look. However, with that being said, people, it's okay. I'm in the minority, clearly, because it was voted as #1. So I acknowledge I'm in the minority. I don't think it's the best sheriff, but that's just my personal opinion. The animations are top tier. The sound effect is decent. It's not my personal favorite, but I just don't actually like the body design, right? I don't like the square off body design. Some people are going to love it. That's, in my opinion, what I don't like about it. Animations and stuff, I'm not going to complain. They're great. And it's still one of the best skins in the game, just not my personal favorite. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree with the list? Of course, it's based off of the community. However, it does change over time. So let me know what you think down below.